True coffee shop horror, the man who wouldn't stop watching. I was living in College Park at the time, sophomore year at Clark, Atlanta, trying to balance classes, a part-time job, and my sanity. My apartment was one of those older ones off Old National Highway, thin walls, creaky floors, the kind of spot that always smelled like somebody else's cooking. But it was cheap, and it was mine. Most nights I worked the closing shift at this little coffee spot in Midtown near Peachtree and 10th. Late nights, the city always had this hum, traffic lights blinking, cars rolling slow, music thumping from somewhere blocks away. It wasn't scary then, just Atlanta being Atlanta. That's where I met him. His name was Demetrius. He came in one night around closing, tall, brown skin, clean cut, looked about late 20s, had this quiet voice like he didn't waste words. He ordered a caramel latte, sat by the neon coffee sign, and watched me mop. Didn't say much that night, but the next night he was back. Same drink, same seat, same quiet stare. After a week I started to expect him. He'd ask how my classes were going, what I was studying. Sometimes he'd leave big tips, $5, $10 on a $4 coffee. It was flattering, I won't lie. In a city full of people who barely look your way, it felt nice to be seen. But then things started to shift. One Saturday I had the morning off. I went to the Publix off Camp Creek, just minding my business, hair up, comfy fits, slides, and there he was, in line behind me. He smiled, said, "Small world." I laughed it off. Atlanta ain't that small, though, and Camp Creek was nowhere near Midtown. Still, I brushed it off. Then I saw him again 2 days later, this time at the MARTA station near Five Points. He was standing across the platform pretending to scroll his phone, but his eyes were on me, watching, waiting. I tried to convince myself it was just coincidence, but it kept happening. The liquor store on Old Nat, the QT by my apartment, even outside the library on campus. Everywhere I went, Demetrius found a way to be there. I told my roommate Tasha about it. She laughed at first, said, "Girl, that's Atlanta. Somebody always got eyes on you here." But when I showed her his picture, the one I found on his Instagram after he followed me, her smile dropped. She said, "Oh shit, that's the same dude that be sitting outside the complex some nights. I seen him in that dark Mitsubishi." That's when my stomach flipped, because I had noticed that car parked across the street, engine running, lights off, thought it was somebody waiting on their girl. It wasn't. One night I got off late, around 11:30. MARTA was half empty, just me, some dude in a hoodie asleep, and a couple arguing near the back. When I stepped off at College Park Station, I saw that same dark Mitsubishi parked on a side street in the shadows, engine running, windows tinted. I felt it, that pressure in your chest when your body knows something your brain won't admit yet. I took out my phone, pretending to text, and started walking fast. Didn't run, didn't want to look scared. As I crossed the lot, the car's headlights flicked on, and it rolled forward slow. I turned down toward the apartments, heart pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. I pulled my keys out, kept them between my fingers like claws, like my mama taught me. The sound of those tires crunching gravel behind me, it's burned into my head. When I reached my door, I fumbled with the lock, looked back, and the car was gone. Just empty street light and quiet. That night I pushed a chair under the doorknob before I went to sleep. Then one night after my shift, I walked into my apartment and the smell hit me, cologne. Not mine, not Tasha's. Something strong, that musky kind men wear when they're trying to impress somebody. I froze. Every instinct in my body screamed, "Don't move." The bathroom door was wide open, the light on. We never leave the light on. I crept closer, phone shaking in my hand, and that's when I saw it, my towel. Damp, like somebody had just used it, and my toothbrush sitting in the sink. Wet. I ran out that apartment so fast I didn't even grab my bag. Pounded on the neighbor's door till they opened up. They called 911 for me. When the cops showed up, they searched the place. No one there. But my back window, the one facing the alley, had the screen pried loose. They said whoever it was probably came in, messed around with some items to scare you. It worked. I told them about Demetrius. 2 days later, Tasha found a small gift bag sitting on our doorstep, no note. Inside was a coffee cup from the shop I worked at and a photo. It was me, walking to the train station, taken from across the parking lot. That broke something in me. I quit my job that week. Tasha and I broke the lease and moved in with her cousin on the west side. I stopped taking the train altogether. For months I'd see flashes of dark cars and feel my heart drop. Sometimes I'd wake up thinking I heard his voice whisper my name. A detective came by one day to follow up, said Demetrius had been picked up in Decatur trespassing and breaking into another woman's home. Apparently she'd met him at a coffee shop, too. Same story. He'll get time for that case. But every now and then I wonder, what if he gets out early? What if he finds out where I live? What if that dark Mitsubishi rolls by again one night, engine idling, waiting for me to look up? Atlanta got a heartbeat that never stops, but sometimes, if you listen close enough, you realize some of the people moving with it ain't human in the ways that matter. Think you've seen it all in your city? Think again. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Sites of Horror, where every block has a secret and every night has a story.